Hello, YouTube. So, I want to start off by saying that, I normally wouldn't make a video like this. It's not my style. I'm not a YouTube, face-to-face video guy. So the fact that I'm doing this just shows me that this topic has really gotten to me, and I'm hoping that I can get enough people to watch this to maybe open up some eyes, to maybe kind of just, I don't know, I feel like everyone should feel like me. I don't know, like, it's just weird. Like, this whole iPhone 5 topic to me, it's kind of dumb at this point. Like, if you know anything, like you should know that there's not going to be an iPhone 5. Um, and what I mean by that is that the next iPhone will not be called the iPhone 5. And, I'd feel better if people just started saying, "I'm waiting for the iPhone 6" at this point. You know, and I guess the reason I feel like that is because the name makes no sense. If they called the next iPhone, the iPhone 5, I'd be shocked. The name makes no sense to me. And in this video, I'm going to kind of explain why it doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like I'm 100% right about this. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, should I just not even make this video? Like, am I gonna look stupid? But I'm 100% positive I'm right about this. The next iPhone will not be called the iPhone 5. And the funny thing about it is, if you're watching this, you probably found it because you were searching iPhone 5. And again, hopefully this kind of like opens up some eyes and kind of makes sense to other people. But let's just get to it. Um, the iPhone, the original iPhone. It was called the iPhone. Simple. You know, it was their first iPhone. There was no reason for them to call it anything else. It was just the Apple iPhone. Their second iPhone, if you remember back, wasn't called the iPhone 2. It would have made sense, but it wasn't. It was called the iPhone 3G. And the reasoning behind that was the fact that it ran 3G technology, considering the first one didn't. It ran Edge technology. So the fact that the new one ran 3G, the name made sense. The iPhone 3G made sense to that. Their third iPhone was called the iPhone 3GS. It kept the same shape as the iPhone 3G. They just made it faster, added video to the camera. So the S made sense. The 3GS made sense. Their next iPhone, they changed it 100%. They changed the shape. They added the Retina screen, better camera, better video. I mean, it was just pretty much a whole new phone. They called it the iPhone 4, which made sense. It was their fourth iPhone released. You know, and before the 4S launched, I was hearing everything: iPhone 4G, iPhone 4S, I was hearing iPhone 5, and all those names would have made sense. You know, you can sit here and go back and forth and argue that the iPhone 4S is not 4G capable. Technically, by specs, it's HSPA plus capable, which in AT&T's eyes is technically 4G. Um, you'd argue 3.5G, whatever the case is. The 4G would have made sense. The 4S makes sense. S always means speed. So the fact that it's faster, it has all the new features, kind of like how they did with the 3G to the 3GS. Which, trying to go back to that really quick, no one argued about the 3GS like I'm hearing about the 4S. I've heard so much like, oh, why didn't the iPhone 5 come out? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't hear this from the iPhone 3GS came out. Like, everybody was happy about it. Oh, there's a new iPhone. Okay, cool. But the 4S launch, they didn't change anything body-wise. They just made it better. And people, I think, were just expecting a lot more. Which, I was one of them. I wasn't the happiest, but I felt the same way when the 3GS came out. I wasn't the happiest. Like, I like something new. But going back to the main topic here, if the 4S would have been called the 5, it would have made sense. The iPhone 5, fifth iPhone, would have made sense. Which, brings me to where I'm getting frustrated. The next iPhone, being that it would be their sixth iPhone to launch, if you guys want to add comments on this, why would it make sense for them to call it the iPhone 5? I just can't seem to find one. You know, again, I would feel better if you said it's going to be the iPhone 6. It's going to be the iPhone LTE. It's going to be the, iPhone 4G, whatever you want to call it. It just makes no sense that it's going to be the iPhone 5. And, I think the reason this hits me so hard is because being that I work at AT&T, I hear this on an hourly basis, multiple times on an hourly basis. And it's frustrating. Like, oh, I'm waiting for the iPhone 5. Oh, I'm waiting for this. It's like you're waiting for a phone that's not going to come out. And, you try to explain it to people, and it's like they look at you like you're an idiot. Like, what do you mean there's not going to be an iPhone 5? I read about it online. That's because everybody else online wants to call it the iPhone 5. But it makes no sense. Again, I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong about this. Add comments. Explain why I'm wrong. Like, there would be no reason. And if you do, again, I want to hear it. Maybe I'll just stop being frustrated about it if somebody has a legitimate reason. But if you think what I'm saying makes sense, call it the iPhone 6. Call it the next iPhone. Just don't call it the iPhone 5 because it makes no sense. That's pretty much it. I just needed to get that off my chest. I'm not an iPhone hater. I'm recording this on an iPhone 4S now, so it's nothing against Apple. It's nothing against iPhone people. It's just the name makes no sense, and it's kind of frustrating. So, leave comments. I'd like to hear them. See you guys later.